Hey guys, Jessica Peterson here. Thank you so much for speaking with me today and accepting this free video. I'm super excited you did because I'm going to show you 3 strategies you can start using today. Strategies that are going to help you bring more traffic to your website and get more customers, okay? So currently you don't have much organic traffic actually coming to your website. So these strategies are going to help you do that. And I know they will because it works so well. We've done it with over 50 other restoration companies just like you guys throughout the United States. And it has had huge success, okay? So we are going to talk about content, your citations, and then backlinks, okay? So here we are on your website. You do have a good looking website. You have the basics, okay? You have call outs, which is good. Click to call phone numbers, perfect. You have a form right up on top. Those are the top 2 things I always recommend. So when you do have people land on your website, you can convert them. Now, when it comes to content, you need to make sure that you have a separate page for all your major services. So if these are the only 2 services you offer, that's okay. But if you offer any other services, they have to have their own page. And because you're servicing multiple areas and cities, those need their own pages as well. Content is king. You need a lot of content. And in order to be found in each of the areas that you serve, you have to have pages with that content for that area, okay? So unfortunately Google doesn't rank your website based on appearance. It is based on content. So content comes in different forms. It can be videos, images, and when you have images, make sure that they are optimized. So this says residential service house mold remediation. So, okay, we got mold remediation in there, but we need the local terms. So, your homepage and service page should be based off of one location. Your homepage can mention that you serve in both Washington and Oregon, but you need those other service area pages to focus on those specific locations. But the main page should be based on a specific area, okay? So this should be like Portland water remediation, Vancouver water damage restoration, etc. Okay, so that's really, really important. So we have to have a focus of where these services are happening, and we have to have those local keywords because 99% of the time a customer searches for help, they don't know who you are yet, so they're not going to be searching your name. They're going to be searching those services in their area. So you have to have your content based around those local keywords. Now, we do need quite a bit of content. And as far as written content goes for the home page, you do have to have at least 1,500 words of this written content based around the services that you offer and those local keywords. If your competitors have more than 1,500 words, you have to do more than them. Anytime we are trying to outrank a competitor, we have to step it up and do more than they're doing. Google is sending these little crawlers to your website, and it's going to scan all your videos, images, and all this written text to try and learn what your company is about, what type of services you offer, and where you offer those services. And so when you don't have that content written out that way, Google doesn't understand what you're about or where you offer those services. So it's very hard for Google to send customers to your website. So it is really, really important to work on that content and keyword strategy. Now, choosing one of your locations, choosing Portland, let's look at your top organic competitor for water damage, and we do have ServPro. Now, yes, they're a franchise, but they're also very beatable. You actually have an advantage over them. You're not actually competing against the entire franchise, only the specific locations near you And those franchisees have their hands tied. They're really not allowed to do much editing here. So they can't focus and have a keyword strategy like you can. So to beat SERVPRO locations, you just have to do better. You have to have more content. Make sure that you're focusing on those local keywords. Have more service pages, have long form blogs. All of those things are going to be important. We just have to be doing better, okay? Now, when we talk content, it's not just about the content of your website, but also content you're putting out on the internet matters. So whether it's social media or Google Business Profile, all of those things that you put out sends additional signals to Google telling them the services you offer and where. So they are important. Now, as we all know, when your customers do a search, they'll do a search something like this. And we want your business to be the one that shows up. And there's 3 different areas that you can have good visibility. Well, the first one's always going to be ads. Those are going to be cost per click ads like this, or local service ads. And this can be very, very beneficial and lucrative for you guys, as long as you have the foundation set up correctly and all that process is set up. But if not, it could cost a lot of money with very few results, okay? Very low ROI. So you have to have that stuff dialed in first. This next section here gets even more traffic. This section is important. This is your Google Business Profile map pack area. You want to make sure that your Google Business Profile is in this top 3 of the map pack for your service area and for each service, because 30% of people come straight to the maps and don't go anywhere else. So when you're not one of these top 3 companies, you're leaving money on the table and you are sending it over to your competitors. So in order to get in the top spots, you do have to optimize that profile and go after get citations. So citations is simply listing the name of the business, address, phone number, and website, and listing those in a bunch of directories. Directories are things like the Better Business Bureau, Yelp, Yellow Pages, Houzz, Glassdoor. So you need to go and get a bunch of those citations, and you do need more than your competition. And again, every single one of those is also sending signals to Google, telling them what type of services you offer and where. So that is important. Now this third section here is the most important section. This is the organic section. It is so important because 60 to 70% of people are going to skip the ads and the map sections up top, and they come straight here. So if you're not one of these listings here, you're losing 60 to 70% of your jobs every single month. So in order to get here in the organic section, it all comes back to the foundation of this website, having the right type of content and keyword strategy, and then supporting that with backlink SEO. So this is Ahrefs, a paid tool we use to show us how your website is performing. And we can see here, you guys have a rating of a 1.7 out of 100 in Google's Trust Flow. That means that Google does not trust your website. And that's partly because of the quality of the website, but more so is the power you're sending to your website. Like all tools we use, it requires power, and we send power to a website with backlinks, okay? So we need a lot of backlinks. We need more than our competitors, but we don't want just any backlinks. Not all backlinks are created equal. This is a popularity contest. We don't want to be going after high-ranking sites like Burger King and Pizza Hut because you don't serve food. So even though those are high-ranking sites, they would be spam for you and actually hurt your rankings. So you have to go after the good quality ones that are mostly related to your business. That could be other home service websites, magazines, vendors, etc. So we need a lot of those. And we need to be getting them every month to keep that power going. And as you build that up, this score is going to increase. Google's trust in your website is going to increase. And so it's going to promote your website towards the top, and it's going to help you rank those keywords. So right now you've been indexed for 37 keywords, but you're only getting about 21 people on average to your website per month. So you're missing out on hundreds of potential customers coming to your website by not having these strategies in place. If we look at your keywords, there are 10 spots per page on Google, and the only one that is actually ranking is your brand. And as important as your brand is, 99% of the people are not searching that. So you're missing out on the traffic that you should be getting, okay? If we look at your competitor, their local area also has a low rating. It doesn't do them a whole lot of good to do SEO because they can't control their pages. But because the website as a whole is so strong, it's able to push power to these back pages and allow them to rank and get that traffic. So they've been indexed for 39 keywords, but they're getting over 296 people every single month to their website. So yes, it is absolutely possible to beat SERVPRO and your other competition in all your service areas. But you do need to follow these strategies that I've just given you today. And if you do, you have the opportunity to dominate. Please take this information, run with it, start today and start driving that traffic. But if you find you'd rather focus on what you do best and have a partner in growth, feel free to reach out to us at Peterson SEO, because this is our specialty and we specialize in working with restoration companies just like you guys. So feel free to ask any questions, respond to my email, or give us a call and we'd be happy to chat. We'd also love to get your feedback and what you thought of this video so we can keep making them and do better. Okay? Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to hearing from you soon.